Welcome to the D3Hoops.com Classic Day 2 as we get underway here from Las Vegas. First battle will be the Bullets of Gettysburg, 18th ranked team in the country, coming in at 7-1 versus the Beavers of Buena Vista, coming in at 4-6 on the season. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams, and we start with Gettysburg, who is designated as the away team. They will start with number 13, Emma Hunter, the 6-foot junior forward from Forest Hill, Maryland. Number 20, Emma Dorshimer, the 5'8 junior or senior guard from Jenkinstown, Pennsylvania. Number 21, Ashley Guerin, the 5'9 junior guard out of Chester, New Jersey. Number 23, Teal Tasker, the 5'6 senior guard out of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Number 25, Meredith Brown, the 5'10 sophomore forward out of Ladensburg, Pennsylvania. That's been their starting five for all now 9 games of the season. Dorshimer is the leading scorer for the team. Nate Davis, in his 4th season, leads this program. For Buena Vista, as we get ready to throw it up in this one, for Buena Vista, they'll start with number 4, Aaron Gerke, the 5'7 sophomore guard from Newell, Iowa. Number 10, Destiny Einerwold, the 5'8 junior guard from Orange City, Iowa. Number 13, Holly Schneider, the 5'9 senior guard from Panora, Iowa. Number 23, Hannah Appleseth, as we get a whistle for a double dribble in the backcourt, and Buena Vista turns it over on their opening possession. Hannah Applesmith's the 5'4 senior guard from Panora, Iowa, and number 31, Morgan Mulbauer, the 5'9 senior guard from Manila, Iowa. The head coach is Dana Kristen in her 1st season at the helm. So there you go. I'm Dave McHugh alongside Pat Coleman, and welcome along you who are tuned in for this contest. We appreciate you joining us this morning.
We do. It's morning for us. It's not
morning on the East Coast.
Yep, and it's not morning in western Iowa, but it is. It's fairly early for us. I'm all hyped up on caffeine, so I'm looking forward to how this goes today.
Gettysburg comes in 7-1. They've got possession. They're wearing their road blue uniforms with orange numbers and white trim. Up and missing the shot there was Brown, and a whistle, no foul, but a whistle on the rebound. So we're still at 0-0. Of course, Gettysburg comes in as the 18th ranked program in the country, according to D3Hoops.com's poll before the holiday break.
And what other poll would we cite, really?
Really, just being a formal. Buena Vista comes in, the Beavers, at 4-6 this season, 0-3 in what is now known as the American Rivers contest. And the Beavers get the first points of the contest thanks to a layup by Mulbar.
Yeah, you mentioned Dana Kristen's in her 1st season as head coach for the Beavers, but of course she's been part of the program for the previous 8 seasons as an assistant coach under longtime head coach Janet Berry, who stepped down this past off season. So Dana Kristen getting the promotion and getting her first full season at the helm here.
Both Buena Vista programs seeing coaching changes in the offseason as a 3-pointer top of the key missed short. That one coming from Dorshimer, the leading scorer for this Bullets unit. Drive in, a little off glass heavy by Gerke, and a foul is going to be on the rebound against Buena Vista. It will go apparently against Mulbauer.
Nate Davis on the other side, now in his 4th year as the head coach of the Bullets, a successful stint as head coach at Eastern University, a little bit further east in the state in the Philadelphia suburbs, and having a good job, doing a good job so far, kind of continuing his success and extending it to Gettysburg.
Timeout called there on the steal by Einerwold, and the steal luckily went off the official. The steal was heading out of bounds, hit the official's foot, who was still in bounds, and it kept the ball alive, so Einerwold was able to grab it and then call timeout before she got in any trouble. One of her arms was stuck under her body.
We're going to have to send that official to Utah tomorrow.
Yeah, I think she's done for the tournament. I think after kickballing it, she's out. She's near us.
She's not listening.
No, she decided to finally tune us out, which is probably the smart move. Gettysburg, by the way, 5-0 already in the Centennial Conference, which, of course, is a little bit bigger on the women's side than it is on the men's side. So they've already played 5 conference contests. Their last game, though, was against McDaniel back on December 5th-ish. I lost track of the exact date.
I think you were there, though.
I was there, though, yes, and was somewhat startled when I realized that was her last game.
Yeah, and that's not uncommon in Division III women's basketball. It's becoming less common, but it would not have been unusual, especially even 5 years ago, to see even good teams take like a whole month off. But it is really difficult to do that, be a quality program, and then come back in January and be at full speed, which is why schools like to play in tournaments like this.
Up and under is good for Gettysburg. They're finally on the scoreboard thanks to the shot by Guerin. Yeah, well, that was the last game played at McDaniel, and that program's not playing until the new year. So, they're taking a full month off.
Right, and that's maybe more...
That's more extreme.
Yes, exactly. But, again, that was kind of the way of the world not all that long ago.
Appleseth with the shot to fall, and so a 4-2 lead here for Vista. Yeah, the other thing that I think is interesting, too, is you see it less and less on the East Coast, where it was much more prevalent, thanks to the influence of the ECACs and needing to take a certain amount of time off and whatnot, and that is starting to wane, and so more East Coast teams are starting to get rid of that gap, too.
Right, so what Dave is talking about is often you have like 19 weeks that you can participate in basketball, but often the calendar spans, that's a nice three-pointer right there from Einerwold. But often the calendar spans like 20 weeks, so you have to take at least somewhere a whole dead week, no practice, no contact, in order to, just kind of stay compliant.
Yeah, basically, if you want to play in ECACs.
Or postseason at all.
Yeah. Right? A nice layup there. Coming from Guerin, who's now accounted for all 4 points for the Bullets. Gettysburg from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Seems appropriate.
Right on the doorstep of the battlefield at Gettysburg, thus the nickname Bullets.
Yep, and shots from the Battle of Gettysburg rang through parts of what is now the campus.
Absolutely. Three-pointer on the way. Missed it short, did Guerin. Nice, strong rebound from Brown, and they'll get it back up to their point guard, Tasker, to try and reset things here. Inside to Brown. Kick out back again to Tasker. As Buena Vista's got an entire four ready to come in. As Mulbauer gets the steal, she'll come up the court, but then misses a shot as Tasker harasses her. Mulbauer gets the rebound, misses a shot again. And Gettysburg comes up with the rebound. 2-on-2 opportunity. Guerin gets it to fall and draws the foul.
Well, and I'm not sure that even on retrospect, entirely sure where the contact was there. A lot of ball contact up top, so there must have been something underneath. But, it's certainly helpful for Gettysburg, too, which is, started off in that 7-2 hole, maybe looking like they did really need to knock off some of that rust from not having played for a few weeks. And Buena Vista came out aggressive and, now Gettysburg's trying to play catch-up.
I saw Nate Davis prior to the game. Checked in with him about the fact it's a tie. Game is now tied on the three-point play by Guerin about the fact that they hadn't played, and he kind of said, yep, we'll see how we're doing here. They hadn't had much time, and they had a little, and he said, plus they've had time at home, which is a coach's worst nightmare.
Right. Just that when you're not in that everyday workout mode, and frankly, it's the holidays. That's a nice three right there from Jennifer Schneider.
Yep.
But when you're, in the holidays, you're, a student athlete is just like any normal person. You tend to maybe eat a little more at that time of year. It takes a little while to kind of get back into game shape, get your game legs when you're not working out every day.
Another rebound and basket for Gettysburg, starting to take control of that inside as Dorshimer gets it that time. We should point out Tiara Morris on the floor now for the Bullets, the 5'2" freshman guard out of Virginia. And also on the floor is, I lost it. Oh, no, Dorshimer is out there, sorry. Thought they had another change. Oh, yes, there it is. Kiara Cesaro is on the court, 5'7" junior guard out of New Jersey.
Kiara Cesario. I gave you the one with the pronunciation.
Yeah, Cesario, apologize.
That's okay. Do you want, can I?
No, take it.
Can I take the one with the pronunciation?
You can.
You've seen these people.
Yeah, I've seen them a few times over the last few years. Bullets playing the Centennial Conference. My paying gig is at McDaniel College.
Nice basket.
Counts.
Buena Vista looking really good here in the early going.
Jen Poots with the shot. Yeah, I heard them in warm-ups, and one of them kind of, I don't want to say sarcastically because it wasn't in a negative way, but kind of made a comment like, hey, anybody ready to knock off a ranked team today? And you could hear a few mumbles. So I think, and then they went into, during their warm-ups to take a break, and you could kind of hear them fired up.
As the three-point play is finished off. I really thought, Dave, too, when the player slid in front of us and called that timeout to save that possession early in a game, I thought, oh, man, are we going to play one possession making the big difference with 37 minutes left in the game? But, maybe it will.
Missed shot for Gettysburg. We'll update your scoreboard in a moment. Adjusting our setup here.
13-9, by the way.
There we go.
Nice job as it was basically Tara Morris coming in and tying up McKenna Whitehill on her layup attempt.
Vista holds on to the ball due to the alternating possession. Yeah. Skip pass to the far side. Malbar kicks it back out for three, and Buena Vista is definitely hitting from range on what is considered the tougher side of the ball of the arena.
Nice shot there by Cassie Miller. That's her first three. There's 3 different players who have each hit 3-pointers here in the early going for the Beavers.
And Morris with an ill-advised pass. Miller the steal up ahead to Whitehill. Jumper from the elbow, no good. Dorshimer cleans things up. Bit of a different Gettysburg unit than many saw last year, as they were a little bit bigger inside, lost their All-American, and it's changed a lot of roles on this program, including for players like Honor, who's out there but doesn't see a lot of the action. Garen will drive in, but they'll call her for a travel.
She definitely traveled.
Too many steps.
A couple times, in all honesty. I thought she traveled at the beginning of the possession also. Nate Davis, irate, but I don't know. Like we said yesterday, I come from the classic old school where that was a travel automatically, no matter what, all the time.
No.
And these days, maybe not everybody calls that. But they should.
And a foul down on the paint. Nope. Oh, stepped out of bounds and cannot be the first one to touch it when she comes back in.
You should have known that when the official dropped his cap.
No. Well played.
Sorry. Ineligible receiver.
Ineligible receiver downfield. That's a different rule.
You're right. That's a different sport.
So Honor out is the tallest player that Gettysburg has, but she isn't in the offense as much as a three-pointer rains in for Dorshimer.
Yeah, Dorsheimer with a nice shot there. She leads the team at 39.5% from beyond the arc, and
she's kind of good.
Yeah, that's a good range for her, clearly.
The tough angled three from Whitehill does not fall, and Gettysburg with some pace here. Cesario comes up the court. Step back shot from McNamara, no good. McNamara is in for Honor, we should point out.
The net is a little caught up in that side of the arena, by the way.
Women's rules do not stop for that now. Men's, they do. Don't get that. Yeah, you figure it out, folks.
I think we should take a second to tell people that we are pronouncing Buena Vista correctly.
Yes, we are.
If you don't know, it obviously
took me
reads.
Years.
That's true, too. I wasn't going to throw you under the bus.
No, I'll throw myself.
I was just going to say, it reads like Buena Vista, right? But that is how they pronounce it, as if it were B-Y-O-O-N-A.
Virginia, it's Buena Vista, too, isn't it?
There's a Buena Vista, Virginia, where Southern Virginia University is located.
I think they actually say Buena.
I think they might also, but I've not been as diligent on pronunciation of cities in which D3 schools reside as I am on the schools themselves.
Touche.
But Buena Vista is correct.
Spin move, blocked. And then depossessed beautifully on a poke check.
Depossessed, all right.
We'll get a lacrosse reference in there for the fun of it. And come up the court. Quick passing, dribble, shot falls for Richson.
Yeah.
And Gettysburg ties it quickly.
Really nice finish, especially for a freshman who's still kind of working her way into the into the rotation. Has only played in a handful of games so far.
And she's now played in 6 of the team's 9, but as you said, not the minutes necessarily.
And there's a steal, basically. Yep. She goes in and Richardson goes in and grabs it and then wins the alternate possession. But that's it's a great confidence builder, not just for Richardson finishing with the layup, but for Nate Davis for putting her in the lineup and for having confidence that she can play at this level.
Coming out of the break as well.
Yeah.
In the corner, shot at the baseline, no good for Dorshimer.
The holiday break. I thought you meant the fast break.
True.
Both of those are accurate.
Knotted at 16, and that is a mauling. As it looks like McNamara came out of that more worse for the wear, but McNamara will pick up the foul on the Mulbauer attempt. And so Vista will go in line here with a chance for 2. With a minute left to go in the period, nobody's on the bonuses yet. Whistle allows Nicole Lang into the game, the 5'11 freshman forward from Harlan, Iowa. Misses them. We're staying at 16. Malvar coming in as a 50% free throw shooter. And you see the struggles on those two. 2-3 zone is what the Beavers have shown all game long. Handling the ball now is Jansos, the other freshman in the game. Shot from Guerin is short. Tied up again, and this will go back to Vista as the tie-up included Dorsheimer, a Jenkintown, Pennsylvania native who leads the team with 22 points per game. Coming into this on a team that averages 67 points a game. She's basically scoring a third of the program's points. Buena Vista comes in scoring 61 points a game, and a bad pass, and then compounded with a foul on top of that by Appleseth. Thanks for joining us here today. A number of you watching today's game. We appreciate it.
It'll be even better once we get the right link on the page.
Uh-oh.
One of the schools put up an old link from last night, so I'm fixing that.
19 seconds remaining.
I'm just happy you got 65 people watching, even though they had to do a couple extra clicks to find us. 66.
Oh, my number changed. It was at 130. I just misread it. 3 seconds left. Spin. Nope. Oh, what a pass and a layup to boot. Oh, you got to be kidding me. How did Einerwold find Schneider?
It's an accident. I'm pretty sure she had the ball stripped out of her hands.
Okay.
I don't think that was intentional. She might well get an assist out of that, but Lang was right there and turned that loose ball into a bucket at the buzzer.
We'll take a break in the first quarter. It's the Beavers of Buena Vista up on Gettysburg, 18-16. Back with more after this.
Receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Big shots. Big dunks. This trophy is not given. It must be earned. The 2019 NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship, March 15th and 16th at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum Arena in Fort Wayne.
With his third triple.
Visit ncaa.com/tickets and secure your seats today.
Welcome back. Gettysburg, the 18th ranked team in the country, trails by 2 to Buena Vista as we get ready to start the second quarter. From in front of our broadcast position, inbounding the ball will be Shauna McNamara, the Berwyn, Pennsylvania native, as they start with basically the roster that ended the quarter out there.
First quarter stats, Gettysburg 7 of 18 shooting. It's 8 of 19 after that.
Gettysburg's first lead of the game.
1 of 5 from downtown, perfect on its only free throw. Buena Vista pretty similar, 7 of 16, 3 for 6 from beyond the arc, a little bit better, and 1 of 3, from the foul line.
Buena Vista looking for another point and blocked on the way up there. Rebound by Gettysburg. So the Bullets have their first lead of the contest, 19-18 on a three-pointer on their last possession. Nice three-pointer from Dorsheimer. I didn't see it. You saw it. I didn't.
Yeah, Jansos just a little kind of hesitation dragging that pivot foot after she stopped, I thought.
9:15 remaining in this one, and it's now a 4-point lead for the Bullets.
Just a moment of indecision for her and nearly turned it over, but instead turned it into a 3.
And the shot too strong coming from Lang. Jansos will have the ball. She's joined on the floor by Guerin, who certainly was the offense to start this game for the Bullets. Also Dorsheimer. They also got Richin out there as Dorsheimer hits the shot, and it's 24-18, and Gettysburg on a 7-0 run here. Suddenly have a big lead with 4 players for Vista ready to check in. McNamara on the floor as well for the Bullets. That ball nearly stolen, as Vista seems to be a little bit out of sorts on offense right now. 8 seconds on the shot clock, stolen by Yenso. She's got a chance at a one-on-nobody break, and she will finish it off with a missed layup. She looked out of sorts, looked a little tired, though there's no sub coming, and I think that killed her legs on the layup. Richin missed the shot. I don't know why I want to keep changing that around.
I know that's a pretty normal one in the grand scheme.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Yansos maybe just got too wide eyes, maybe perhaps getting that 1-on-0 fast break as a freshman, maybe.
Very likely. Yeah, she just looked out of sorts the entire way as we get a foul called on Gettysburg. They'll pick up their first of the quarter and gives Vista a chance to bring in 4 of the 5, but we'll get a timeout called first by Buena Vista.
As they should, right? Nate Davis has to be super happy, obviously, about how his team came out after the quarter. They've performed really well here in the first couple of minutes, and this is a good opportunity for Buena Vista, even though now this is the second timeout that they've used here in the early going, but definitely needed as Gettysburg's taking control, kind of asserting their will over the game, and BVU has to get back to what it had been doing.
So Vista calls the 30-second timeout. I'm Dave McHugh alongside Pat Coleman. Ira Thor will be joining us a little bit later today.
Boy, we hope so.
Just check your phone. He has let us know he's on his way.
Oh, good.
Which means he has landed successfully and will be joining us here at the Bull Ring.
Game one of 6 today, game 6 of 18 here at.
So we're a third of the way there.
Well, when we're done, we will be. Yeah.
Inside, missed opportunity there for Schneider, who hesitated. She took a couple dribbles, could have just gone straight up with it, and probably would have gotten an easy shot. Garen's going to put on a show, but tied up. Great defense by Gerke there. Gerke with a beauty of a stop, and then basically a steal, as you pointed out, with the jump ball going the way of BVU.
Yeah, and when you're shooting is in a slump, right, or when things aren't working right on offense, you still got to come back and play defense, and that's your opportunity to kind of trigger and get things kind of restarted, because defense shouldn't go into a slump.
Good point.
I mean, it's a cliche, and I borrowed it from a coach somewhere, but yeah.
But it's true. Pass inside, shot by Einerwald does not fall, but it's absolutely true.
Half of the important stuff about reiterating cliches is at the right time.
I said Einerwald. I mean Einerwald. Sorry, folks. First game of the day. And
good morning. How's your coffee?
It's slowly sinking in. Going to need another cup at halftime. And once again, it is Garen with the basket. The one thing I've noticed about Gettysburg as well, Dorsheimer will lead the team in scoring. It's Garen you got to watch out for. And the last few games, she has been their key. As the missed 3 is short, and Gettysburg hauls in the rebound from Richson.
Yeah, Garen, of course, she's the number 2 scorer on the team, averaging 11 points a game. Hefty number of rebounds, team leader in assists as well.
Yeah, she's involved in every aspect of the offensive game, to say the least. Up top of it with Brown. She gets it to Garen. Garen now to McNamara. 8 on the shot clock. Far side, Richson has it. Pass inside, trying to get it to Brown. Good idea, but better defense. And here comes the Beavers the other direction. And Yansos gets a heck of a block, but it goes out of bounds.
I was just kind of surprised that, and maybe Cassie Miller was surprised too, nobody stopped ball, right? She's just continued to kind of not really fast break up the floor either, just kind of continue to bring it up the floor, and nobody stopped her progress.
I think Davis is getting frustrated with a couple of players, and again, it's their first game in 3+ weeks. And he's got Avery Bennett, who has barely seen time this season, ready to check in.
Yeah, it's the first game since December 13th also for Buena Vista. As they have been off for 15 days after a loss at Loris.
Kicking the corner 3 on the way. Off glass, no good.
Nice rebound.
Rebound over the top by Schneider, and then 3-pointer converts on the other end of that rebound.
Yep, Holly Schneider with the rebound. Jennifer Schneider with the big 3. They seem to not be related. Different hometowns, so I'm guessing.
I was wondering the same, but I believe you're right.
That's usually my indication. My unlearned.
Nice feed inside, and the layup is good on the quick pass to Brown.
I think they're doing a good job of getting the ball in the paint, right? It's kind of two opposite theories and practices of basketball right now. Buena Vista with some success at the perimeter and maybe working a little bit inside out. And, for Gettysburg, is just working inside.
That three-pointer well short, goes out of bounds. Will be Bullets possession. And for only the 4th time this season, Avery Bennett, the 6-foot freshman forward from Center Valley, Pennsylvania, comes in, and she gives McNamara a spell.
I used to know where Center Valley, PA is.
I do, but
I don't.
I think it's northwest of Philly.
Yeah, I was just wondering how many players Nate Davis is pulling out from his old recruiting ground in the Philly area.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Oh, he is. The shot no good from Bennett, who is now, well, she's 50% on the season. I mean, she took enough shots in her previous 3 games, and a foul called on Richardson.
Center Valley is in the Allentown and Bethlehem area.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's where I thought, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's northwest of
Yeah, that's
Philly.
what I was thinking when I said northwest.
And these days that is much more closely aligned with Philadelphia than the way I would have thought of it 20 years ago.
Nate Davis calls timeout, and he is beyond frustrated with Brown, and I'm not surprised. Again, this team is, let's see, whips the chalkboard is not the right term, the grease board away from his assistant coach.
Give me that.
Kayla Borman, who is an Eastern grad of 15 in her 3rd season with Nate Davis. He also has Kevin Thomas alongside in his 1st season. Went to Western Maryland, a.k.a. McDaniel. But if this is a Nate Davis conversation, everybody else listen. Timeout for the Bullets right now.
Gettysburg's still playing pretty well here in this quarter. They're 5 of 9 from the floor, 2 of 3 from downtown. It's BVU that's really struggling. 1 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 4 from three-point range.
Floater in for the Beavers. They'll work it inside, trying to get it some opportunities if they can from Mulbauer, who actually started the game pretty well, but has now struggled against Gettysburg's defense. Misses that shot, and we come the other direction. Richardson puts it to the floor, puts it in the air, missed the shot. Long rebound for Tasker. And they'll reset here. Get back to Guerin. Thought about 3, changed her mind. Nice pass. Tasker, who finishes the layup.
Gettysburg's just doing a really good job getting their players open on the inside like that. Their screens are working, and whatever it is that Buena Vista needs to do to try to adjust, they have not yet been able to do it. And I don't know if it's fighting through those screens, switching off, whatever, just changing, how you D up.
Mulbauer will drive in on McNamara. Not McNamara, Brown. Does not get the shot to fall, but they get a 3-point opportunity out of it. Missed it. Tasker with the rebound, no numbers, but she's going to push the pace anyway. Split the defense, off glass, no good. Brown the rebound, off glass with the left hand. Not pretty, but it works.
Both of those things are true. And the lead is 11 points, biggest lead of the afternoon.
As Vista again has 4 subbing in, obviously a rotational plan for the Beavers under first-year head coach Christian. Yeah.
Kick.
Oh, got bailed out because Gerke was in a whole host of trouble on that baseline.
Yeah, she tried to throw it through 2 Gettysburg players to find her teammate out on the perimeter.
Yeah, she
but
got there and went, oh, I need to do something with the ball. And what she did was she ended up getting a kickball out of it, 15 on the shot clock.
And that's where it was when it was kicked anyway.
Probably be helpful, folks, if we gave you the score, huh?
32-21, yeah.
It wasn't on the screen.
Now 32-23.
So the foul being picked up by Richardson. Her second foul, team 3rd.
That's all right, Dave. In the grand scheme of things, this is still a better camera look than we had for game 1 yesterday.
It's true.
Even if with or without the graphic.
And the old-fashioned 3-point play is good. 8-point lead now for Gettysburg as Guerin checks back into the game for Richardson, who certainly had a good run there in the first and now second quarters. And 2-2-3 press coming out of the Vista here. They've shown that a few times so far in this half. Easily broken by the Bullets, who have to see some interesting presses in their Centennial plays, including against Muhlenberg, who implements the system press.
Lovely.
Not running the system.
Well, not anymore, right? But
no,
some years ago.
10, 12 years. His shot clock's down to 4. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will remain Gettysburg possession with 4 on the clock. I think it's 10 or 12 years since Muhlenberg's used the full system.
It is longer than I think I was living on the East Coast when that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 10
But Ron
plus.
Roan will still get calls from people asking about the system. because his name is still associated with it. And Gettysburg forgot the shot clock. And Tasker looks over at Nate Davis, who gives her a look of, what are you doing?
Well, in all honesty, I didn't hear any noise from the Gettysburg bench either.
Heard nothing.
It's possible that that she was not the only
Nate
person who
Davis
forgot.
Turns and then says it's my fault. So
I think I mean, that's kind of what I was trying to imply politely.
I do wonder what exactly broke down on that. It doesn't matter. They still got an 8-point lead for now, as Vista will get into the offense here. They're already down to 10 seconds on the shot clock themselves. Looking for an opportunity is Appleseth. She'll shoot from the free throw line, misses it on the front of the iron, and Guerin flies in for the rebound. Coming back the other way. Three-pointer, Cesario, no, but kept alive by Brown with the volleyball tip.
Yeah, nice job keeping it alive and basically semi-controlling it out to a teammate too, not just batting wildly.
Should point out Vista's in a man-to-man. They've been alternating between man and 2-3 zone. Guerin for three. Hit as she landed. Does not fall, goes out of bounds for Vista.
Good no call.
Oh, yeah, I just pointed out that she landed awkwardly.
All right, gotcha.
She just had a really weird landing.
And, you know, when there's the switching, right, not switching off screens, but the switching up of defenses, keeps it an opposing offense off balance, right? And we saw Gettysburg on one possession have a shot clock expire because they were throwing it around the perimeter, not able to find what they were trying to do, and they're forced to take a perimeter shot that didn't work.
Nice little hand check there by Bennett, who's getting some significant minutes here in the second quarter. As coming into the game for Vista is Jennifer Schneider, the freshman who will replace Aaron Gerke. Drive to the baseline and blocked and stolen by Guerin. It's a heck of a defensive effort coming the other direction.
3-on-2.
And Cesario hits the jumper, and Gettysburg back up by 10. In a game they have trailed by a few points in this contest. 7 is Buena Vista's biggest lead of the contest.
9-2, right?
Mm-hmm. 48 seconds left to go, 10 on the shot clock. Ball is on the floor. It is loose, picked up by Vista. 3 seconds to shoot. Pump fake drive, and a charge called as she lowered her shoulder into the defender, did Innerwald.
And I was about to give her praise too, because
the pump fake was beauty.
Well, the pump fake and also the presence of mind to get the ball at the top of the key with 3 seconds on the shot clock and realize that you
can get there.
Right, exactly. You were not forced to just chuck up a shot at the perimeter or pull up at the elbow. Yeah, you can get all the way to the basket and take a high percentage shot. Now, obviously, very focused on getting to the basket and not so focused on the rules of the game, perhaps. but I still thought it was a good decision to put the ball on the floor.
Gettysburg now leads by 12 on the jump shot there, and up 36-24 the closing seconds of the first half. Beavers have no shot clock worries here. They will play for the last shot as we hit 10 on the game clock.
Yeah, they could use something here. It'd be nice, of course, to be able to go in by single digits instead of by double digits. But
Innerwald drives in, avoids the defense this time, and hits the layup to close it off here at the half. Yeah, we forgot to change that second quarter thing, but trust me, it is half here.
Dave's awake.
We're here, folks. Don't worry.
We're all fine.
36-26. Gettysburg the lead on Buena Vista, who's led by as many as 7. It took a little while for the Bullets to wake up. I wouldn't argue they are fully awake, but they're at least partially awake in this contest.
Yeah, and a great second quarter really for Gettysburg, and kind of the last 12 minutes of the game have been really strong for them. We'll talk more about the halftime stats coming up in a little bit, but 9 of 18 from the floor in the second quarter, certainly a fair sight better than the way they started. I'm sorry, it is actually 9 of 16 from the floor in the second quarter.
So we'll take a break. We'll come back with stats and more from second, and then we'll bring in the second half. Well, that's our plan.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
It's an idea.
We should continue progressing with the game.
Gettysburg leads Buena Vista 36-26 at the half of the 9th annual D3Hoops.com Classic from South Point Arena. Back after this.
I just wanted to get good grades and to
to do well, but it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
This is why we love sports. It's in the way they play, free from the pressures and all the money talk. Playing for simply the love of the game, where everyone has a shot at their definition of success on and off the field. This is what we love about sports, and what we can still love about college sports.
My name is Marcus Walker. I was All-State, won a state championship, a high school All-American, and played college and pro ball. I played because I love the game. I grind to be the best. I sweat because I put in work. I'm strong because I believe. When I want to bring it before game time, I come to the house that college basketball built, the CBE. No matter your skill, take it to another level. Elevate your game right here at the College Basketball Experience at Sprint Center.
Big shots. Teamwork. This trophy is not given. It must be earned. The 2019 NCAA Division III Women's Basketball Championship, March 15th and 16th at the Krager Center in Salem.
Bounces right back with a triple. Great job here. And that'll do it!
Visit ncaa.com/tickets and get your tickets today.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance. A monster dunk or no-look pass. And cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success. And prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault. Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I coined my definition of success in 1934. My definition of success is peace of mind attained only through self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable. It's like reputation and character. Reputation is what others perceive you to be. Character is what you are.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
I used to never really talk. Ever. I was afraid if I said something wrong, everyone would laugh at me. But then I started to play golf with Special Olympics. It helped me to find my voice. And now everyone else is speechless.
Big shots. Big dunks. This trophy is not given. It must be earned. The 2019 NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship, March 15th and 16th at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum Arena in Fort Wayne.
With his third triple.
Visit ncaa.com/tickets and secure your seats today.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Welcome back to halftime of the first game of day 2 of the D3Hoops.com Classic from South Point Arena in Las Vegas. I am Dave McHugh. We'll give you stats for the first one here between Buena Vista and Gettysburg, with the Bullets leading 36-26 for Gettysburg. They're led by Emma Dorsheimer with a quiet 12 points on 5 of 10 shooting, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. Ashley Guerin, second on the team with 9 points, leads the team with 5 rebounds. And a smattering of scores. Meredith Brown also has 6 points herself. Team is shooting 16 for 34 on the floor at 47.1%. They were 9 of 16 in the second quarter alone. They are 3 of 10 from beyond the arc, but they were 2 of 5 in the second quarter. For Buena Vista, they are led by a pair of players. Jen Poots and Jennifer Schneider both have 6 points. Poots on 2 of 2 shooting. Snyder 2 of 5, while 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Destiny Enerwald has 5 points. Team's leading rebounder is Morgan Malbauer with 5 rebounds. Team is shooting 10 for 32 from the floor at 31%. They were just 3 of 16 in the second quarter alone. They are 4 of 11 from beyond the arc. They are 1 for 5 in the third quarter. They are 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Not surprisingly, Gettysburg out-rebounding Buena Vista 24-17 in this contest. Bullets have 9 assists to 8 turnovers. Buena Vista has 8 and 8 in that category. Gettysburg's winning the battle in the paint 20-12. Points off turnovers, Gettysburg has a 7-3 advantage. Second chance points, it's a 4-3 advantage for Gettysburg. And fast break points, Gettysburg has 4 to Buena Vista's 0. Bench points, though, it is Buena Vista with a lead 17-7 in that category with 3 ties and 1 lead change. Gettysburg, with the 10-point lead, has led by as many as 12. And Buena Vista did have a 7-point lead early in the contest. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for second half action. You're watching the D3Hoops.com Classic from Las Vegas. Back with the second half after this.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance. A monster dunk or no-look pass. And cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well, but it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Welcome back as we get ready for second half action here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. I'm Dave McHugh alongside Pat Coleman. Game 1 of 6 today. It is game 6 of 18 in totality. I don't even know what's coming up next. Totally forgot.
Yeah, there's a game at noon.
There is a game at noon. It is number 7 Amherst versus Westfield State. In what would arguably be on paper one of the more intriguing matchups, considering we joked about it yesterday. It is system versus system. It is the actual system that is made famous by Loyola Marymount, but more famous by Grinnell, being played by Westfield State, taking on the G.P. Gromacki defensive slobberknocker system that is the Mammoths of Amherst, who will suffocate you rather than score themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
they're
that's
perfectly happy to win, say, 43-36.
Yeah, or 10-0 if they need to. They will do as little on offense as they necessarily have to if they can slow you and stop you on defense. And so that is upcoming here.
Yeah, last year, just for comparison's sake, Amherst beat Trine 41-36 here at this tournament, and that is not at all atypical of Amherst.
And a good Trine team.
Yeah.
Very good Trine team in that contest. So, folks, warning you now, we're going to up the volume here as the setting from yesterday had not been changed.
Welcome.
That's more on your side than our side, but just so you can hear us a little bit better as we get ready for second half action between the Beavers and the Bullets.
We've got 83 people watching right now. It's
get your friends. Come on, people.
Oh, fair enough. Tweet about it. Use the D3Hoops hashtag.
As we'll get ready to start this one from in front of the broadcast position, it believe will be Gettysburg possession.
That's what the arrow says.
Yep. Yeah. Of course, it is Buena Vista in their home whites with blue numbers and a little bit of yellow trim there, wearing with the BVU across their chests. Gettysburg's in their road blues with the orange numbers, white lettering, and white and orange trim as well, as we get ready to get things started here in second half action. And we are underway. And it looks like the starting 5, and it's the starting zone defense from Buena Vista as well. Horsheimer with it. She's out there with Honor, who basically barely played and immediately throws the ball away on that possession. And Honor may be out sooner rather than later. She barely played against McDaniel. And I asked Nate Davis about it. It's just the difference of the All-American last year Hunter being a good complement. There isn't anybody now, and they have to match up sometimes, and having a 6-footer like Hunter out there is not helpful as Mulbauer picks up the foul early on the rebound against Guerin.
Right, you have to be able to,
yeah, what you tried to say.
I tried to say it. You have to be able to contribute on both ends of the floor, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to clear my throat some more.
Yeah, the matchups with Hunter, sometimes you think a 6-footer you'd have advantage, but for Gettysburg that hasn't been the advantage. Off glass, no good from Brown, and we'll go the other direction. As again, it's the starting fives for both teams out there on the floor, and for Beavers, that is Gerke, Enerwold, Schneider, Appleseth, and Mulbauer.
Test. Okay, I think this voice is working now. Wow, that was
Hunter,
pretty bad.
Dorsheimer, Guerin, Tasker, and Brown on the floor for the Bullets. Mulbauer kick out. Shot clock down to 7. Three-pointer in the corner, hits the front iron and goes over the top for Schneider. And here comes Tasker with possession.
We talked about good end of the floor and bad end of the floor for shooting, right? Sometimes teams shooting at the right-hand basket struggle a little bit, especially from long range because of the shooting backdrop. And BVU definitely struggled in the first half as Gettysburg with a nice layup there from Guerin. We'll see if things change here in a little more compact end of the building.
First points of the second half. Go Gettysburg's way. They now have to tie their biggest lead of the game at 38-26 now. And it's Gettysburg. You'd think they're in a zone, but they're actually in man-to-man. Buena Vista just wasn't moving around. Nice pump fake shot there from Einerwald. Does not fall.
Right, and Gettysburg sagging off of them a little bit.
Absolutely.
Basically daring them to take the three, which at this point,
Why
you know,
not?
you're facing a team that's shooting 4 for 11, 4 for 12 now, or 4 for 13. Might as well.
Hunter with possession. 4 ready to check in for the Beavers. Guerin was not expecting that pass from Brown. Brown released it anyway, and it ends up in a Buena Vista hands, and that's going to send Nate Davis over the edge again as he paces the sideline. Buena Vista looking for its first points of the half. Bounce pass inside to Schneider. Up and off glass for Holly Schneider, and good. It's 38-28. Nate Davis wondering why there was not apparently an extended elbow call. Tasker nearly gets it stolen, holds on to the ball. Up ahead, Dorsheimer misses the shot. Goes out of bounds, should belong to the Bullets, and it does.
Back on the other end, though, is BVU brings in 4.
Whitehill, Miller, and I lost the other 2. Thought I had them. Boots.
Yes, those 2. Miller and
Boots and
Schneider,
Jennifer Schneider.
Jennifer Schneider. I like, though, that they're taking a chance to attack the basket, right? Not settling for the 3 on the outside. I mean, obviously, I don't coach BVU, and I haven't coached anybody higher than like 7th grade. But if the outside stuff isn't working, got to try something else.
Dorsheimer with the layup, 40-28 now the lead. Yeah, agreed. 6:50 left to go. Boots kick out, pass into the corner. Thought about a 3, did Whitehill.
Coaching 7th graders is fun, though.
I'll take your word for it. Actually, I have coached that. A 3-second violation, by the way, called on Poots, so it's a turnover for the Beavers. No, I agree with you. Coaching my son's 8U team, though, a little more challenging.
Oh, gosh. I thought you said
I'm
AAU.
assistant. No,
and
not
then
AAU.
I realized you said 8U.
8U.
Oh, my gosh.
U8, however you want to call it.
Right. 8 and under. My goodness.
Yep. Soccer. I stay away from the basketball. Not because I don't know it, but because I'm a little busy during basketball season.
Yeah, that's true.
And missing the layup. I believe they actually had a practice this morning, if you can believe it.
They should. Got to get those kids out there, man.
Brown puts up the shot and misses, draws the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot.
My favorite thing is that
there's more truth to that than you realize.
No, I know. First shot, no good by Brown. Someone you and I both know, right? Ed Hoddle, the head coach of football at Stevenson University. Also coaches, I believe, his son's 12U or something lacrosse team.
Yes.
And I find that super interesting. And I know that he does not coach them in the style that I just did. But
that doesn't surprise me in the least. That's his off season.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Turnaround jump or lay baby hook. Oh, good for Schneider.
I thought lacrosse was all year round in Maryland.
It can be. And, we're already into that realm, sir. As Guerin's shot does not fall, but she'll go to the line here. Yeah, no, and my son already played box lacrosse in the fall.
You'll have to tell me at some point what that is.
Indoor.
Oh, okay.
It's essentially indoor. It's a tighter field, so it's more of a box.
I gotcha.
That's the mentality. And some of the best lacrosse players, especially out of Canada, are box lacrosse players. They learn how to move the ball, pass in tight confines, and move away, around, period, much better.
Like pond hockey?
Yeah, very much. Well, no. Actually, I wouldn't say that.
No, it just as also being a Canadian thing.
But absolutely. Guerin did hit the first one and does hit the second. So that's 2 points there for Gettysburg as they extend out to their biggest lead of the contest, 14 points, 42-28, with less than 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. As Vista, who started strong, was hoping to knock off a top-ranked team, is now in a spot where they're going to need to find a furious comeback and not do things like that. Tasker the steal, up ahead to Guerin. Guerin's got an opportunity, pushes the pace. Left hand off glass, no good. Strong rebound from Honor. Misses it well short. And Honor is out there longer than she was in the first half.
Well, Buena Vista started off strong, but they started off making 3 of their first 4 3-pointers. They're 1 of 8 cents, and 3 of 4 is a really tough percentage and ratio to maintain.
True. Whoop, someone forgot to stick with the ball. Honor comes on the help defense and draws the foul. Earned that one, as you say. If you're going to if they're going to go for a layup, you might as well make sure they don't make it.
Well, and you were talking about Honor sticking in and still being on the floor. I thought that when Gettysburg was facing the BVU zone defense a couple of possessions ago, first free throw good, she did a really good job. They did a good job using her kind of in the triangle position with the passes in the high post in the paint. And I know, obviously, as I talk about that, she's going to come off now. But
that's how it works.
I thought she was effective, and they did a good job of utilizing her against the zone, which is sometimes tough to do with a big.
Agreed. Cesario comes in to replace Honor, and that's how you can see the difference in mentality. Honor at 6 foot, Cesario at 5'7". And there's where you go with that smaller look. Though McNamara is out there for Gettysburg, who played McDaniel last in my head. Shot good from Poots. Wrong player.
I'm sure the Gettysburg fans aren't too offended at being called McDaniel, maybe not.
No, that's a rivalry, sir, remember? that's
sure.
I literally just told them, I just told Calvin they were hope.
I don't know about that, right?
Tasker loses her balance. Interesting opportunity for Buena Vista, taking it to McNamara. How about that decision by Whitehill? Bravo.
Super aggressive. I like it.
I love it. She probably expected, McNamara is going to think it's going to be a passover and decides to attack the rim instead. Great.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure that, I'm sure that Coach Kristen is happy about the aggressiveness too, and just getting a little spark right now. Things are a little flat for BVU at the moment.
Claw to within 12. One more free throw coming. The Route 97 rivalry is that McDaniel-Gettysburg thing. That's at least what we've nicknamed it because, it's 97. Little Maryland/PA route between the two towns at 30 minutes, much like Grand Rapids is to Holland, Michigan, in the sense of 30 minutes.
That's the first time I've heard a name for that, though.
Yeah, I don't know why, but somehow we labeled it, and it's stuck at least on McDaniel's side of things.
That's always the best, when a rivalry is only acknowledged by one of the
I don't
schools.
know what they do at Gettysburg. I have never asked them about the McDaniel rivalry to that degree. They're probably laughing right now, Corey.
They're probably putting the air quotes around that term rivalry.
Corey's probably laughing his tail off right now in the SID office. 4:10 remaining here, and that's going to be a kickball violation, frowned upon here, but encouraged in the sport of soccer. I'm still punchy.
Are you
from
punchy
yesterday.
already? Man, this is the first game of the day. I think Dave still hasn't slept. We might have to send him to the airport.
I did talk to Nate Davis about the fact I should have traveled with them, and he absolutely wholeheartedly agreed, as they got in the same time I did yesterday.
We'll just have to send you over to McCarran to get a nap.
That's cold, sir. That's a deep cut. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Kick out, 3 on the way. Blocked! McNamara with a quick shot. They're going to count it. That was good reactions by McNamara, knowing the shot clock hadn't been reset on a blocked shot. Quickly turned around on the layup. That was close. If we had review, they would have looked at it, I promise you. It was that tight. 47-33.
I'll let you know in 30 seconds what I think.
Into the lane and pushing it up and in is Gerke.
Oh, it is definitely good.
Definitely good.
Clearly good.
We get a stoppage here as it looks like an inadvertent elbow has gotten Einerwald, and she is bleeding in the nose or mouth and immediately leaves the floor as the official wastes no time getting her off the floor, and they immediately get a towel to her. We hope she is okay. That is a scary thing sometimes, to get hit in the face just in general. So a moment break in the game there, 47-35. Nice little steal from Buena Vista. A little hand check by Appleseth. Can they take advantage? Nice feed inside and drawing the foul. Looking to shoot there was Gerke, but her eyes were open, saw Holly Schneider inside and made a beautiful pass. And a chance here for on the free throw line for Vista to tie this one up. Schneider 8 of 15 for the free throw line coming in.
You're like 10 points off.
How am I 10 points?
No, the scoreboard is right, but you said to tie this up.
Oh, yeah, no. I am 10 points off. To make it a 10-point game. I apologize.
Sure, that's what you meant. I
did mean that, actually. I don't know how I got. Anyway, moving on as rapidly as we can. 47-36. I was just excited about the play. I think that's what happened.
Westfield coaches coming in and sitting further down the press area here.
47-37 the score as they tied up within 10.
Tied up in the ones column.
Yeah. Good pressure here. This has worked a little bit against Gettysburg. Guerin with it. Not really the best attack. Gets it back out to Tasker, 13 on the shot clock. Back to Tasker as Buena Vista has extended the zone. Getting really aggressive. 6 forces a shot from Cesario, misses it. Ball goes out of bounds. That should stay Bullets' possession, and it will, as it went off the hands of Holly Schneider. Cesario gets it off the inbound. And then stolen. And kickball called on the Bullets. I didn't see the kickball, to be honest, from my angle. Nate Davis apparently didn't see it either.
I don't know. The eye roll wasn't very clear on his response there. You could probably even see it on the monitor there.
Actually, we've got the best angle.
Yeah, that's true.
On whether that was a kickball or not.
Oh, I thought you meant on Nate Davis's eye roll.
We have that too. And a foul called from behind. Yeah, Wersheimer doesn't like it, but the only way she was getting to that ball was to go through the offensive player.
All right.
That's her third foul, though. That is key with 2:16 remaining in the third quarter here. She will take it. Cesario will take a seat with Tasker. Dorsheimer will not. Of course, Dorsheimer is the Gettysburg main weapon. Nice up and under. Just can't get it to fall. Dorsheimer, though, with terrific defense as well. So we get a foul on the rebound against Buena Vista. Still trails by 10 here. 2:10 remaining in the third. Fouls, by the way, are bonus for both as we've hit 4 for each, so we'll hit bonuses on the next foul by either team. Is back out there now for the first time this half. It's Jansos at the point. McNamara, Guerin, along with Dorsheimer and Richson. Richson had some good minutes in the first half. Missed by McNamara. Dorsheimer then misses again. And BVU's got a chance to make this a single-digit ball game.
I concur with your math there.
It does actually relieve me. Gerke's got had an opportunity and passed it up. Nice steal from behind by McNamara. Dorsheimer picks it up. Quickly up ahead. Guerin into the corner looking for Richson. Richson will save it. Nope, her foot was out of bounds before she could save it.
Speaking of math, you know the guy who was Brian Gregorich, who came and called the final game with me last night. He literally is a math major in college. So when I make those references, as I have for the last 25 years, for shooting percentages and for you math majors out there, that is literally
nice.
A reference from Brian Gregorich from like 1993 or something like that.
Foul called on McDaniel here. They're going to call Richson for a push, and Nate Davis is going to be more incensed.
Now be careful. I'm going to start pulling out podcast drops at this point.
Oh, boy. I thought I was punchy.
No, I see. There's the thing. I'm perfectly in control of my faculties, and I'm just doing this to be, I don't know, subversive?
Yeah. Inside. No, cannot get it to fall as Holly Schneider's had some nice moves inside. Can't get him to fall. Somehow it gets it to Guerin. Opportunity on a bit of a break. Nice feed to Richin. Cannot get it to fall. Richin the rebound. Puts it back up. Can't get that to fall. Fights for the rebound again. They're going to call something. It's a jump ball they'll call. And it'll belong to Vista. Yeah, back to Nate Davis and I talking this morning about the fact I should have flown with them. He and his entire assistant coaching staff agreed with that decision. They thought I absolutely should have traveled with them. And the timeout called with 50 seconds left will keep it here. Double check who called that. Somebody called
it. There was no gesture
I
made.
did not see the gesture as to who called timeout. We'll figure it out. But yes, he agreed that I probably would have had much better. Would have had a much better opportunity to get here, and actually I would have arrived at the exact same time as timeout was called by. Whoops, I accidentally gave it to Gettysburg. It was Buena Vista. As they arrived at the same time I did yesterday morning. They just left 12 hours later than I did from the same airport. 47-37, Gettysburg the lead here. Again, we've got a whole slate of games up ahead of us here in this one. Coming up after this, it's number 7 Amherst taking on Westfield State in a little bit of tongue-in-cheek game. Yeah, they came all these thousands of miles to plplay.
That's even better than the Wisconsin game.
And we're allowed to say that, folks, because we made the schedule.
We made that one happen.
Yeah, Ohio Northern will take on Willamette at 2 o'clock in women's basketball action. Then the men will hit the floor at 4 o'clock. Husson will take on Ramapo. University of Wisconsin Platteville takes on Johns Hopkins at 6. And then at 8, Ohio Northern takes on North Central.
I have a Husson pronunciation 101 also.
Husson? Really?
Hewson.
Okay, yeah, I guess I can see that. I guess when you're around the school as much as I was in my adolescence, that just doesn't seem possible, but I totally get that now.
Grew up with it, I get it.
Yeah, I understand now. It's probably a lot of people thought the same thing when I used to screw up Buena Vista's name. Dave, why wouldn't you know this? No, just misses the shot. No, nice try.
I tried.
You got to get some hot buttons, sir.
No, I know.
Guerin will get called. Ooh, she could have gotten called to travel, but I guess you could argue the hip check forced the travel.
Pronunciation 101. Buena Vista. Gallardi. German Aero. Gavely. Muhlenberg. Buena Vista. Monon Belt.
Yeah, that's how you pronounce Buena Vista.
I didn't hear Husson in there, though.
I've got like 20 things in here. I swap them in and out as necessary.
Guerin.
Husson's not playing at the moment.
See, that's why I want for the Hoopsville show. I've been trying to develop a hot button system.
I mean, there are things.
But I got to get all the soundtracks. I don't have time to get all the tracks.
Yeah.
And then I would just hit buttons and have some fun with it. That's the direction I want to take the show. 49-37.
I can tell you from podcast perspective, from football podcast perspective, it's a great direction.
And I'd love to. And I have the ability to do. I just need the time.
Oh, yeah.
I also want the logos of as many schools as I can rotating in a screen behind me. And that takes time making sure all the logos look the same.
Yeah.
Size-wise. The idea worked until I looked back and saw a logo was about a 5% of the screen. And I realized that was a problem. Whoa! Missed that three-pointer by a long distance, did Miller. And that will count the end. Two officials both said it counted. Two officials said that counted, and so Buena Vista will get 2 points there at the end of the quarter, 39-49.
I highly disagree with that one.
Well, you can, but you need to
Again, in 12.5 seconds, I'll be able to tell you.
We'll take a break. We'll find out what the decision is after this. You're watching the D3Hoops.com Classic. After 3, coming back with the fourth quarter after this.
The love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that. A lot more.
Sure, the game is important. But as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. And in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Welcome back, folks.
Yeah, I got this interesting frame on my screen right now, which has
Please grab that.
Yeah, it has the backboard light on with the ball in the hand, but the clock still says 0.1.
And the clock is live synced, so welcome back to...
Yeah, it's just a camera shot.
Yeah, there's no delay.
Yep.
Welcome back.
It's really interesting.
As we are into the fourth quarter here between Gettysburg and Buena Vista, and Gettysburg starts the scoring with McNamara inside. They've got 51-39 on Buena Vista as we are underway. As back in the game is Einerwald. She's got one end of her nose plugged up, and she immediately hits 2 points herself. So Buena Vista continues to lurk down 10 against this Gettysburg squad, and into the game is Bennett for the Bullets. And turnover of some kind. Looks like maybe stepping out of bounds was Jansos.
The backboard light is official on that, right?
It's
been a while since I've read the rule book.
No, it's technically the clock, but the lights do play a role. That's the trick. That's in that scenario, if there is indeed 0.1 on with a light on, that would be a very complicated conversation.
That's a problem, yeah.
To be blunt. I don't know how an official would rule that. Definitely one I want to check between games about.
Missed
shot, by the way.
We've reported the issue to the powers that be here.
Yeah, I want to ask when actually there'll be a very, very important official here later we can ask.
That's true.
As a hypothetical.
I assume it's not different between men's and women's basketball on that.
No, in that sense, no. That is one of the becoming rarer rules. Three-pointer good from Dorsheimer. One of the rarer rules that is still the same between two sports.
Nice step back three for Dorsheimer right there.
And then trying up and under. Holly Schneider has gotten the looks inside. She just cannot get them to fall. If she did, this ball game would be different right now. Dorsheimer, the drive, and absolutely hacked from behind by Jennifer Schneider. And Gettysburg's going to go deep in the bench here. Mackenzie Tinner, the center, 6'1" freshman out of Newtown, Pennsylvania, will come in to just her 7th game of the season. She is 43% shooter, but she has not seen a lot of action this season. She will come in for McNamara as the first free throw is good. Not good, I'm sorry, it was missed. Second free throw, though, is good for Dorsheimer. Dorsheimer's got to be closing in on 25 or some odd points, maybe 30. She had 14 at the court. I'm looking at the wrong score sheet.
Yeah, 17 now.
Yeah, I apologize. I saw 14, then figured it was halftime. And nice three-pointer coming from Appleseth. Close the gap to 11. I looked at the third quarter stats and thought they were half. Oh, that's a pass! And rightly called a backcourt violation because Dorsheimer had gone all the way over, then stepped back.
Well, we should keep that official around.
Nate Davis says he thought it was because of a push. I don't agree with him. She went into the defender, caused the impact herself, and didn't absorb the impact very well. And yes, I'd love to keep that official around, but apparently she has other plans.
Oh,
unless we get her later today.
I mean, there was a bump.
Yeah, but I don't think it was initiated by the defender.
No, I think it was fairly even, in fact.
Okay.
Dual initiation, if that makes sense.
Sure. Mutual.
Newton has a law that covers this that I don't remember.
Einerwald with a nice little jump shot after the pump fake, and it's a 9-point ball game as the Beavers just won't go away, and the Bullets have still not put together a complete game. Nice feed to Tinner. Jump shot three from Tasker was missed, and then can't hold on to the rebound was Dorsheimer. So Vista with a chance here to draw within 2 possessions. Three-pointer, good!
Oh, the reaction of the Buena Vista players on the sideline.
Love it.
They are pumped up.
Appleseth with 2 3-pointers in this run. Nice feed, and it falls as Appleseth will pick up the foul. Stops the momentum temporarily. Is going to the line here will be Tinner, who is exactly 2 of 3 on the season from the charity stripe, as McNamara is ready to check in. 7:05 remaining. Completes a 3-point play, so the lead extends out to 9, and McNamara will return. McNamara a little bit faster on her feet than either Tinner or Honor, but consider this. They brought Tinner in for McNamara to give her a spell, not Honor.
Yeah, good point.
And that's the difference Honor's role has been this year. even though she's starting, and she's starting to figure out if the matchup's going to work, essentially. And then Nate Davis makes adjustments.
Well, and I can see against a team that plays so much on the perimeter like BVU, and I know they've done this in other games.
Oh, they've done it every game, but yeah.
But I can see where it particularly would be difficult to find a spot for her on defense.
As Gerke's able to convert down to within 7 now. As this pressure is coming, Tasker just came close to getting an elbow there for an offensive charge, but she's lucky that Gerke fouled her first, which is correct. She did. Smart of McNamara making sure Dorsheimer had gotten in the front court first. Tasker spins away from trouble. Top of the key. Kick out. 3 from Dorsheimer. Good.
Yeah, big answer right there.
Big answer. You're right.
Things beginning to get away from them. Not get away from them. Obviously, we're still leading by a significant margin, but, you know.
Down to 6. And Gettysburg's responded on a mini run here. Now lead by 10. Off the side of the glass for Appleseth. Easy rebound for Gettysburg, who's going to push the pace. And then Guerin chooses not to. Smart move there. Guerin. Spin moves, has a lane all the way in, and good. Wow.
Yeah. I think that's just a nice job of creating something when the offense was beginning to break down a little bit.
And let the defense make the mistake. And she did. And I should update my point on Einerwald. She actually has her nose completely plugged with gauze. And that shot is blocked. So Einerwald clearly got a good check to the face. Went out with a bloody nose. And when you have it fully gauzed up ahead, wide open, was Brown.
Dave, I'm just laughing at how you're crescendo on fully gauzed up.
Yeah.
I've never heard those words said that way.
Stick around. We might come up with some more. That could be a fascinating rest of the day. But Einerwald again, and to now breathe through just her mouth, which is challenging for anybody who's had to have their nose plugged. That is a 2-pointer. 2-pointer. Long 2 for Kiera Sporer, who we have not talked about much. Sporer, the 5'7" junior guard out of Audubon, Iowa. Lots of birds there from what I've been told.
One would hope.
In general, yes. 7 on the shot clock. Quick feed to McNamara. Drives in off glass. Talk about a look from Tasker.
And a nice strong dribble and then the little floater by McNamara. Nice job there too.
4:18 remaining in this contest is again, it might be a 14-point lead, but Vista is just hanging around. And nice fake there, draws the foul on Guerin.
Well, I think when you shoot threes, I don't know if it's as well as Buena Vista does, but as consistently or as intently as Buena Vista does, there's always a chance that you can, hit a couple, get on fire, get back into the game. And of course, 5 Beavers waiting to check in here after the free throws. 4 of them will only come in. Of course, you understand, folks at home, that the shooter will stay in, but you get the picture.
Well, and they've been subbing 4 in most of the game, too.
Yep.
Just been their rotation. 67-54 now. The lead for the Bullets is into the game comes Tierra Morris for I think the first time this half. And back in the game comes Cesaro. And into the game for the Beavers comes Miller on the made free throw. 12-point game. I can do math. I had forgotten to put 2 points on the board for Gettysburg there. 67-55.
I was told there would be no math.
I keep saying that, but math shows up. They said I'd use it later in life. I didn't believe them. Morris with possession. Now to Dersheimer. Drive in with less than 10. Nice little float shot. 69-55. Not what you think it is.
I had it muted.
Damn it. It's my understanding that there would be no math.
All of that.
Classic Chevy Chase.
Yes. I believe that is Caddyshack.
No, it's SNL, actually.
Oh, yes.
He's playing Gerald Ford, I'm sure.
Yes, that is. Yes, I remember that skit now. There's also so many great Chevy Chase quotes.
That's true.
Caddyshack, Fletch, Fletch lives. That could have been an extra step, but it doesn't matter. Holly Schneider gets the fall. 69-57 now the lead for Gettysburg, who's had, I would say, a less than enjoyable game against Buena Vista here. Only because the Beavers have been like a mosquito. They have been bugging them all game long, even though the score has been double digits for a while now.
Yeah, Nate Davis is not going to be happy. They're probably going to come out of here with the win, but they certainly have seen some things that they need to work on.
Three-pointer good for Cesario as they've hit 72 points. No, absolutely agree with you. And a foul on Morris's steal and attempt. As I looked away, Morris stole the ball. By the way, Gettysburg will take on Carthage. It doesn't get any easier tomorrow. You know Tim Bonero, who is in the audience, I believe. I thought I saw him earlier. I know I saw him at the print shop. Yeah. Oh, is he behind me?
Yeah, they're right back there.
Oh, that's right. That's where I saw him.
Turn on the webcam and just angle it up a bit.
Actually, I can.
I know. I would.
Unfortunately, you'll see my ugly face first, so I apologize to all of you at home.
Duck.
Morris, by the way, did hit the first one and will miss the second. 73-57 now the lead. 2:45 left. Gettysburg's going to most likely go on to win this. They will take on Carthage tomorrow, and that will be a tough test against a CCIW battle-tested team. Mulbauer missed her shot, gets her rebound, missed her shot, gets her rebound, and now will finally draw the foul as Yansos will foul her from behind. Good defense by Gettysburg previously as they all stood still, straight up, hands in the air. Mulbauer made contact, but that is not a foul, because Mulbauer is the one who made the contact. So good effort by Mulbauer, though, to stay with it. And she will go to the line here to shoot free throws. Again, a 50% free throw shooter with 2.5 minutes remaining, and leaves the first one short. As the hush falls over the crowd.
Yeah, I think did the air change too?
It may have. I noticed something. Second one good.
All right, it's not just me. It's not just my lack of sleep. Your lack of sleep at the same time.
A little bit of a change there. Zero into the front court is in trouble on a double team. Stolen right in front of us. Well done by the Beavers. Looking for a spark maybe to close this out. Jeez. Holly Schneider's got what looks like an extra step, and I guess she's just not taking it. Just her long stride makes it seem that way, and as a foul is called on Buena Vista on the miss.
Yeah, and we're talking about Jennifer Schneider. Actually, I don't even know which Schneider.
Holly, 13.
Both of them have kind of struggled, though. They're a combined 5 of 17 from the floor right now. Jennifer Schneider has played a little bit better, and she was playing better earlier. You remember that bunny that she missed, I think, in about midway through the third quarter. She was super frustrated with herself about it, and she's kind of not been the same since.
Nate Davis, you did not.
Did not what?
Bring someone in who is not on his roster.
First shot good.
I didn't have her on my roster. Haley Race.
Okay.
I don't know who's played this year. We'll have to check that. Out of West Palm Beach, Florida. As the first one was good, second one was not. Race into the game. I haven't seen her this season. I'm wondering if I just missed her.
I know. I'll go look at that while we're in this timeout.
There we go. Timeout. 74-58 with 2:08 remaining. We'll take a break. Back with more after this.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all. It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete. My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Welcome back as we are closing out this contest between Gettysburg and Buena Vista. 74-58 the lead for the Bullets here. as we are into the almost scrub time, only because Gettysburg's clearly gone to the bench. Buena Vista's probably on the verge of doing so, though their bench has been used quite a bit anyway. They go 10, 12 deep in a normal game.
Nice block shot there by Tinner inside.
Yeah, Tinner with a nice little effort there. Just keep Buena Vista from maybe getting a little bit of a comeback here, trailing by 14. They've been able to score quick in spurts. Einerwald, yeah, she knew she made the mistake and it finally got called. It was a travel as she started to take a step before she got her dribble down.
Her nose still packed. You can see that right here in front of us.
She's at least lost one side of the gauze, which is good. You can breathe a little bit better.
It's helpful to breathe.
Oh, worst thing in the world for an athlete is to have your nose clogged up with gauze. You don't realize how much you use your nose to breathe until those moments. 140 remaining in this one. Gettysburg's going to move on to 8-1 in the season and take on a tough and maybe frustrated Carthage squad who lost yesterday in a game they had.
Yeah.
We're up by about 8, and all of a sudden, game just disappeared on them. As Morris will go to the line here. Morris, by the way, hadn't gone to the free throw line until we saw her on her last trip. 1 for 2. She hadn't been to the line all season.
5'2" freshman out of Goochland, Virginia.
Hits the free throw. She's now 2 of 3 on the season. 75-58. Buena Vista will fall to 4-7 on the season. They will play tomorrow as well to wrap up their event. They will take on Westfield State. Ho, ho, ho. They will be in for they will be sticking around for this next one, and they will be in for an interesting surprise, I think, when they see Westfield State go full throttle up the court. That will be an interesting matchup tomorrow. The Westfield State will have to deal with Amherst first, which is coming up next. We'll see how the Owls feel after that. Owls versus Mammoths. That was a block, but it was I think it's going to be Race who picks up the foul previously. It is Race. Nope, they will call, I guess they called Tinner for that. They called Yansos. Free throw is good.
Yep, so we'll have that Amherst-Westfield State game coming up next. Ohio Northern and Willamette follows at 2 p.m. Pacific time to wrap up our women's basketball action for the day here at the D3Hoops.com Classic.
And then we'll get to men's.
Day 2, which I think means it's Friday
yes.
in the real world. Here it is day 2, or if you prefer, games 6 through 11.
Morris bringing it up. Just over a minute left to go in this contest. Tinner was thinking about something else. Morris was on a different page, throwing it away. Appleseth, who's been a bit of a spark in the second half. Nice block from Yansos. Appleseth cannot save it from going out of bounds. And you see the frustration from Miller, who had that shot blocked.
Yeah, you never like to get your shot blocked out on the perimeter, especially.
No, especially a three-pointer open like that.
Yeah. Well, it's not as open as you think, I guess.
Nice close by Yansos, to say the least.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and, got some pretty long arms for a 5'8" player.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Race into the corner to that is Morris. Yansos, the drive, finds a wide-open Tinner, who hits a nice little jump shot, and it's 78-60 as Gettysburg's well over their average. They averaged 67 coming into this. They are now at closing in on 80.
Tinner with a nice little finish back there, too. It's got a little bit of happy feet, though. It was a little nervous or maybe not set or just not, maybe not expecting the basketball, but she still got had the presence of mind to get the ball in the basket anyway.
Another Gettysburg player who had not made the roster in the first half. Fiona Amorando into the game. But this will close out. That is your final. Gettysburg survives, I'll say, despite what the score says. Survives 78-60 over Buena Vista. Bullets are now 8-1 on the season. They're 2-0 at neutral site games. The Beavers are now 4-7 on the season and 1-2 neutral site games. Again, Gettysburg will play Carthage tomorrow, and Buena Vista will take on Westfield State tomorrow as well. We'll get you final stats and then get you ready for Westfield State versus Amherst. And good knock the rust off win for Gettysburg, though Nate Davis is definitely going back and reminding them of the things he's had on the drawing board all season.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that, knocking the rust off is a phrase that's used here, quite a bit,
often,
right?
Yeah.
Because it really is. You're, like I said, almost everybody has taken at least 10 days off or so by the time they get here. Sometimes it's more. And it takes a while to just get back into kind of game shape and playing shape and maybe kind of mental shape as well.
Good call.
In addition to, this is unusual for a lot of Division III schools, not just the venue, which we talked about a lot, but I think too, it's dry here. Desert air. I don't know what the elevation is, but it's.
I heard someone say it the other day, and I totally.
It's higher than most places, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Higher than Buena Vista is, even out on the rolling hills of western Iowa. Those aren't the same. That's not a thing. On the plains of western Iowa, and Gettysburg in the hills of central Pennsylvania.
Well, it's only about 2,000, but it's halfway to it's half a mile up.
Yeah,
so it's a little bit different.
There's some oxygen, not as much as you might expect.
So final stats. Do you have them?
I do.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if they had loaded yet.
You're right. I'll run them down. Good point. I should have been refreshing that. Final score, of course, Gettysburg, as Dave mentioned, improves to 8-1 with a 78-60 win over Buena Vista. We'll start with the Buena Vista side of the ledger. They went 21 of 62 from the floor, 33.9%, 6 of 19 from beyond the arc, 32%, and 12 of 16 from the foul line, 75%. They turned the ball over just 14 times compared to 18 for Gettysburg, but they were out-rebounded by Gettysburg by a total of 48-30. 36 points in the paint for Gettysburg compared to 26 for Buena Vista. Individually, for BVU, Destiny Einerwold with 11 points on 4 of 9 shooting, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, and 2 for 2 from the line. Jennifer Schneider with 10 points. We mentioned earlier she was 3 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 5 from three-point range. Jen Poots with 8 on 2 of 2 shooting and 4 of 4 from the line. Hannah Appleseth with 8. Erin Gerke and Holly Schneider with 6 apiece. Cassie Miller and Morgan Mulbauer with 3. Nicole Lang, Kiara Sporer with 2, and McKenna Whitehill with 1 for the aforementioned total of 60. For Gettysburg, 30 of 63 from the floor, 48%, 7 of 16 from downtown, 44%, and 11 of 16 from the foul line, just 69%. The Bullets were led by Emma Dormersheimer with 23 points, 9 of 18 from the floor, and 4 for 5 from beyond the arc. She also had 6 rebounds. Ashley Guerin with 17 points, tied for the team high with 7 boards, 6 of 10 from the floor, 5 for 5 from the line, and also a team high 3 blocked shots. As a number of blocked shots. Get you the total in just a moment for Gettysburg. Kira Cesario with 8 in just 12 minutes of action, and then it was Meredith Brown with 8. Shauna McNamara off the bench with 6, Mackenzie Tinner with 5, Tori Yensos with 4, Tiara Morris with 3, Christina Ritchen and Teal Tasker with 2 apiece, and then Fiona Armando, Avery Bennett, Emma Hunter, and Haley Race played but did not score for the total of 78. 8 blocked shots on the afternoon or in the morning for Gettysburg. All of them, yes, officially took place in the morning. And that's Guerin with 3 of those, Tinner off the bench with a pair, a couple of others with 1 apiece. And considering how much time Buena Vista spent on the perimeter, also, taking about a third of their shots out there, that's also, I think, an impressive number.
So your final, the 18th ranked Bullets of Gettysburg with a win over the Beavers of Buena Vista, 78-60, to get our day 2 underway. Coming up next, it'll be the Owls of Westfield State taking on their New England counterpart, the Mammoths, 7th ranked of Amherst.
Before we go, 8 blocked shots ties the D3Hoops.com Classic record for blocked shots for a team.
Very nice. So another record-breaking game, or tying in this case, here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. We'll take a break. We're going to be back on the air on the other link in about 20 minutes or so as we get ready for the next women's game. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you back here for the next one. You've been watching the D3Hoops.com Classic from South Point Arena in Las Vegas. For Pat, I'm Dave. Back with more soon.